Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. President William Samoei Ruto is cornered, and I mean cornered. There's nothing he can do. He is between Kenyans and IMF because he promised both of them. To the IMF, he told them, I will increase taxes. To Kenyans, he told them, I will not increase taxes. In fact, I will reduce them. So today, William Ruto finds himself between a rock and a hard place. He is between the Gen Z and his ministers. Because when Gen Z went to the streets, they issued several demands. And one of the demands that they gave William Ruto was that you need to dissolve your cabinet because that cabinet is rotten. And they are mentioning people like Mitika Linturi, who were involved in scandals and they were chest thumping. And they are saying that you must kick them out. William Ruto on his side is saying, please let us engage in multi-sectoral dialogue. Let us engage each other. But they're telling William Ruto, there is nothing to engage on. We have told you what you're supposed to do. Just act on it. There's nothing like engagement. And if you realize, when they cornered William Ruto, first William Ruto suspended the finance bill 2024. And then William Ruto came up with the raft of measures. And he told us that he is even ready to reduce the number of government advisors into half. He suspended the money that is going into the offices of the First Lady and the Third Lady. The First, Second, and Third Lady. And William Ruto said that they had even stopped unnecessary traveling. He gave us what is supposed to do to reduce wastage. But if there is one thing that William Ruto has avoided like plague, is the discussion around his cabinet. In fact, when they invited William Ruto on a discussion on X Space, they confronted William Ruto with that very discussion, that question. Are you dissolving your cabinet or not? Because we want them out. But William Ruto said, I'm not going to dissolve the cabinet, but I'm going to give some austerity measures. But now it is turning out that William Ruto is actually under siege. The cabinet is threatening William Ruto and they are blackmailing him. They are telling him, we know a lot about this government. And if you dare sack any of us, then we are going to expose you. I want us to go to one of the tweets that has been leaked by Siatabao Lekanchori, the man who was Raila's chief agent at Bomas of Kenya. Siatabao is a man who has got no friends. He is chiding Raila on this side and Ruto on this side. When Raila made statements yesterday that people should dialogue, he said Raila is a sellout. And now he's on William Samoei Ruto. So he's got no stand here. He's saying he's got no friend, he will tell it. So Siatabao is telling us, this is what he's saying, that reliable sources indicate that a section of Ruto's cabinet is blackmailing him that if he fires them, they will expose him big time. In short, wanasema wataanguka nayo. He pressure manze, they will not believe it. Ruto must go. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel if you are watching for the first time. Click the notification bell. I want to thank you so very much for your continued support to this channel. Please give this video likes. By doing that, we'll be promoting this video. Now, Kanchori is not saying anything new. We've heard from sources that we believe are very reliable that William Ruto is being blackmailed or threatened by the cabinet secretaries. And it behoves one to ask one question. Why do you think William Ruto has accepted all the demands, almost 90% of the demands that Gen Z are asking for, except the cabinet? And the reason why people are wondering why Ruto does not want to dissolve his cabinet It goes without saying that we have a corrupt cabinet. One, we all remember that when we had the fertilizer scandal, when we had fake fertilizer that got into the market, Mr. Linturi was under siege and he kept on chest thumping. He kept on telling us that this was Azimio propaganda. Together with the Dennis Itumbi, they told us there was no any fertilizer that was fake. But then later, it was found out that there were fake fertilizer that had gotten into the market. In fact, this issue of fake fertilizer divided the government right into in the middle. Even the PS in the Ministry of Agriculture disagreed with the medical Linturi. He actually said that we need to suspend that particular consignment as investigations were going on. But Linturi said that he overruled that suspension and he told the NCPB that they should continue issuing and distributing the fertilizer. Even Salem David said that we need to put people behind bars. And when this thing went to parliament, they sanitized particularly in Turi. Raila Amolo Odinga told us that people like Churchill, who is heading the energy sector, made a lot of deals in the government to government oil deal, and they exaggerated prices and they pocketed money. Murkomen is another one. He's being accused of corruption, including members of the cabinet, including his own siblings, people like Samson Cherargei. He's walking in style, watches that are so expensive and belts and all that. We have we have accidents in our roads and people feel he should go. But why would William Ruto decide that despite all this, he does not want to dissolve this cabinet? And what do you think the cabinet, the members of the cabinet know? Because do you think there is any member of a cabinet that can perpetuate corruption in his docket without the knowledge of the president or without the blessings of the president? In the government to government oil deal, we were told that Churchill, Murkomen, and even Kapsaret member of parliament, Oscar Sudi, were found in a meeting, where they were negotiating on the deals. And it's believed that some of them were standing in for the president. Some of these cabinet secretaries are conduits of corruption. Whenever a president wants to perpetuate corruption, he will ensure that his friends are given some very prestigious and huge dockets. And that is where money will be siphoned. I want to take you back to Uhuru's government. When Uhuru realized that he wanted to perpetuate some corruption, he ensured that Anne Waiguru was given a huge docket there, devolution. And there was a lot of corruption, and you saw how Raila made a lot of noise. And later, we were told that Anne Waiguru wanted lighter jobs. So it is common that your people will be given these prestigious ministries where there's a lot of money. And that is exactly what is happening with William Ruto. Somebody like Murkomen has been given the transport docket. Somebody like Churchill has been given the energies. Those are places where there is a lot of money. And when they perpetuate corruption, Ruto understands it very well. I'm picking this from the fact that people like Henry Rotich won their case, and during the last verdict, the judge said that the independent institutions that are supposed to ensure that they fight corruption are the ones that are being used to block justice. And she said, Madam Nyotu, who was the magistrate that was handling that case, that I am acquitting all the suspects because the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution is trying to sabotage this case. And Henry Rotich was was vindicated, and he was appointed as a government advisor in matters finances. We have seen people who are being retrieved from jail and they are given jobs and they are forgiven. So there is no political goodwill in fighting corruption. And this is why I believe that these people are conduits of corruption. They are Ruto's friends. And so when William Ruto wants to sack some of them because Gen Z is piling pressure, they are telling William Ruto, we have done this on your behalf. So there's no way you are going to kick us out. Because in each and every ministry, whenever there is corruption, you cannot tell me that William Ruto does not know. Maybe he has a cut, maybe not, I don't know. But it cannot happen under his watch. No, if he doesn't know, not unless you want to tell me that William Ruto is incompetent, that he does not know that there is corruption in those several ministries. And that's why that's why they are saying, you dare relieve us of our duties, then we will expose you. I remember the cabinet secretary in the Ministry of Education once said that I have written letters to the Ministry of Finance so that they can release monies for capitation fee, but it is not coming out. Sabotage. There is money is not going out in time to the county governments. Sabotage. So everything that is happening starts at the national level, and William Ruto understands. Now, if these ministers decide to expose William Ruto, what will William Ruto do? Even if you want to kill, you can't kill all of them. You can try to frustrate them, but right now William is living at a very, very precarious moment, because if a cabinet secretary comes out and says, I was forced to sign some deals, then Gen Z will pick it up and will tell him, yes, this is why we are saying Ruto must go. In fact, if a government cabinet secretary would come out today and say, I want to expose corruption in these ministries, then Gen Z will say, now you must go. And you know what that means. Ruto will not want anything that will trigger a rebellion, that will trigger a revolution. And that's why William Ruto does not want to dissolve his cabinet, despite the fact that, things are not working well and people know that the cabinet is rotten. Most of them are his friends. Most of them are politicians. People like Machogu and Mithika Linturi, you sack them, they go back and they start campaigning against you. So William Ruto is between a rock and a hard place. The Gen Zs have said, you must sack them. You must dissolve this cabinet. Until that is done, we are not going to engage with you. Now, the cabinet secretaries are saying, you dare sack us, so we are going to expose you. And you can imagine the heat that William Ruto is feeling. We don't know what he's going to do. When Gen Zs are telling him, do not increase the taxes, the IMF are saying, we agreed, you must increase the taxes. There's a lot of wastage. And so, ladies and gentlemen, being a William Ruto now is very difficult. But he chose it. He told us that Uhuru Kenyatta did not know how to run this country. He told us that Raila could not run this country well. And that's why he chose it. And that's why I have a problem why Raila is helping him. Even though I feel that maybe Raila is playing reverse psychology here. We wait and see how he's going to maneuver. But it's difficult for him. He said he had a plan. Now he has been cornered. Let him deliver the plan as he said. But Gen Zs are saying, you must dissolve the cabinet. The cabinet is saying, dissolve the cabinet and we will expose you. I don't know what he's going to do, but that is the situation. Let him deal with his situation. He made that bed, he must lie on it.